So let's have a look. Does everything work? I think. Ooh. Alright, okay, it works. Okay, nice. Greetings, ladies and lads, and welcome to something very special, because today we are in the presence of true Games Workshop greatness. This right here is a huge Bretonnian army set as they were sold, I don't know, like, I guess close to like 15 years ago, maybe even longer. So, this, as you can see, is a Bretonnian army set from Warhammer FANTASY, a game long since discontinued and now making somewhat of a resurgence as the old world, because Games Workshop realized that the people who, did play fantasy kind of enjoyed it and are still playing it. And now they're like, okay, let's have it researched. This, as you can see, is a big box. Let me turn that around for you. So, the original price for this box was 189 euros 95. So 190 euros. So there's a little bit of a comparison there. You can, I think it's around 30% inflation for like from that time to now, from 2015 I think to 2024 on luxury hobby goods. I think that's around about it. So you can do the math there. And yeah, then you have the price, what this box would cost nowadays. So, extremely, fully designed back, like these nice cute pictures. Very retro. I feel very much like, I don't know, like when I started with the hobby, when I started collecting my guys. And this box also is very, I'm very happy to, hang on, am I in frame? I am very happy to have a chance at painting these guys, because when I started with the hobby, I always wanted to paint Bretonnians. Bretonnians were my favorite army, and I wanted to collect them so bad. But I first started the hobby. I was like 14 years old, and I was like, all right, this is way too much skill that I would need to paint these guys properly, and I didn't want to do them unjust. So I decided to play High Elves, which I very much enjoyed, but I still wanted to pick Bretonnians after that, but unfortunately Bretonnians I think never got the 8th edition codex, definitely not a 9th edition codex. So so they got discontinued relatively quickly. They were pulled from the stores even when fantasy was still a thing, and then fantasy stopped, existing altogether, and Bretonnians had never been able to be bought for Age of Sigmar. So no Cities of Sigmar Bretonnians there. Very much very unlucky for me, but, and here it comes. I am a LARPer, as some of you may know, and I highly enjoy going to the Drachenfest in Germany. And there I made friends with the Herald of the Silver Camp. A great guy, awesome. If he's watching this, hi. Thanks for giving me this box, because we got into talks, and, over the years I told him that, I'm having this YouTube channel and I paint, miniatures for people. And he was like, oh, you paint miniatures for people? Would you like to paint my guys? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? And then he told me he'd have Bretonnians. I had no idea how many, I had no idea in which state they were. And when I arrived from the Drachenfest this year, he pulled out this beauty of a box. Oh my god, you can't imagine how excited I got when I first saw this. And to finally have this now is absolutely incredible. This box, let's have a look at its contents. And as we go now into the, unboxing stage, I'm gonna try to make it a little bit better visible. So, as we now try to go into the unboxing phase, I'll get a little bit of music for you, do a last sound check, and then we start unboxing this beauty, as it has a lot more than what it says it does. So, alrighty, okay. We're off to a great start. Thanks to everybody, thanks to everyone who is, joining us as we start unboxing one of the coolest boxes I've ever had the pleasure of, unboxing on this channel. I think the sound is alright. I think it's not too loud in case. Notify me if the music is too loud. Right! Okay, quick message in chat so everybody knows what's up. Okay, sorry for stalling so much. I'm very much excited. Okay, this Bretonnian army contains one Bretonnian lord, which is, I don't know, one Bretonnian damsel, so one mage, one Bretonnian mounted damsel, not a mage or mount, one Bretonnian army standard bearer, who I'm most excited for, on horseback, understandably, 16 Bretonnian knights of the realm. Sorry, I'm geeking out so much. So these guys here that you can see here, I love them so much. My god. 16 Bretonnian bowmen, 60, normal infantry guys. One Bretonnian trebuchet that you can see. That one you can see here. Let me focus in on that again. Alright. One Bretonnian trebuchet. And I can already tell you, the guy told me, like the herald told me, that he had 2 Bretonnian trebuchets for me. Both! No, at least one of them is made out of tin as well. Okay. 3 Bretonnian Pegasus Knights, 5 Bretonnian Questing Knights, including command. So I'm reckoning like 5 more? Yeah, okay. Here they are, the Questing Knights. Alright. Okay. Let's open this bad boy up. I know this might be a little bit anticlimactic, but this is such a rare find to have like an entire Bretonnian army from the fantasy era, completely still boxed in, more or less, with the box in such a clean, pristine situation. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, let's open this bad boy up. All right, we can already see there's a lot more than meets the eye at first. Alright, okay, nice. We've got, oh my god, look at how he pristinely he took care of his boxes. These look like they've been just pulled from the shelves. Wow, the herald did a great job at taking care of his miniatures. Highly appreciate that. So 5 more questing knights. They feel like they're made from tin. Let me have a look. Oh my god. They are made from tin. Can you guys see that? So this box is... So he... Thankfully he described what's in there. So I think he's... that he tells me that the Lady of the Lake is in here in this box set. Of course, nicely packaged. I'm not going to open up any of the completely, enclosed miniatures, because I think that would be a bit much and a bit unnecessary. I mean, I want to have a little bit left for when we finally paint these guys. But although the contents of this box might not be precisely in the box that I'm going to pull up, everything you see here will come on this channel at some point. There's something to look forward to there. Some tea. Alright. Let me put that there. Then we've got more Bretonnian bowmen. More Bretonnian archers. Oh wow, okay, that's a big box. Okay, hang on, let me do that later. Bretonnian Greyonites. Also made from tin. Hang on, let me have a look now. Ooh. Oh wow. Oh, look at this. I hope you guys can see this well. Look at this. Oh wow. Look at how thick this standard is. Because it's made from tin. Oh, Thindri's here. What are you doing? Could have sold that on eBay. Oh, the money gun. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's not originally packaged. No. Also, could have sold that on eBay. This is a yeah, I borrowed that anyway. This is going to be, and as well, this is going to be so much worth when I've painted it. You know, the YouTube phenomenon, brink of art, painting tin Bretonnians. Oh, you have to fork out a lot of doubloons for that, to have that. I'm just kidding. Look at this. What's that? Those are his legs. The fucking sprues are made from tin as well. 2003. We're dealing with some ancient miniatures here. Insanity. I can't stress enough just how much I appreciate the Herald from the Drachenfest, you know, entrusting me with his miniatures, because at the end of the day, you know, he's got my number, of course, and I will come to the Drachenfest, but, you know, I am still a stranger somewhat, so thanks, man. Thanks for this opportunity. We've got Lady of, like Damsel of the Lady, I think? Oh, Maid of the Lady, I don't know what that is. Oh, we've got Bohemond de Baston. I think that's a named character. I'm not that well versed with Bretonnian, you know, characters and stuff. I think those are for base slots, not sprue parts. No, he's on horseback. That guy that I just pulled up was on horseback. So those were definitely sprue bits. Because otherwise you'd have to slide that into his horse. I don't think that's a thing. But again, Bohemond de Baston, so another named character in this box. God. Command unit of Bretonnian foot. Oh, they're painted. Oh, look, guys, they're painted. Whoa! Let me get a close-up of these bad boys. Look at that! Oh man, okay, they're not from tin. I kind of expected that. Expected them to be made out of tin, but no, they aren't. That's quite a neat paint job, I must say. That's not bad at all. I mean, you know, it's a little bit rough around the edges, maybe, but you know, the studs are painted quite cleanly. The grates are all sharp. So yeah, very nicely done on the standard bearer, and very nicely done on the drama as well. Look at that drama, though. Oh my god. Hang on, let me pull that one up. Look at this drama. Wow, I gave Games Workshop, like, you really forget just how good Games Workshop was even back in the day at sculpting miniatures. Like, don't get me wrong, they've gotten a lot better, and there've definitely been some fuck-ups, but this is This is just great. I think I accidentally got his drum loose. Okay, moving on. And of course, a champion. Alright. Oh hell yeah. These are going to be such a joy to paint. And hopefully a joy for you guys to watch as well. Come on, unit of Bretonnia. Let me check in on the music. Alright, okay. Seems fine. So, of course, a Bretonnian army. What would a Bretonnian army be without some true French camembert? Very nice of him to give me that. Though I have the sneaking suspicion that we're not dealing with camembert here. Let me look. Ooh! So these are obviously Pegasus wings. Or Pegasus Knights. Let me look at this timestamp. 2003. 2003, guys. We're dealing with ancient miniatures here. Can you see that? I don't know if you can, but I find it quite nice that Games Workshop includes these timestamps so everybody can see when they were produced. So cool! I was, you know, I barely had cognitive functions at that age, in that year. They make sure to not... They make sure to properly stow them away again. Oh, hang on. So as you can see, so much more. Like, this box set is already huge, and there's still so much more in there. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh! Oh, jackpot! It's the Green Knight! It's the Green Knight! Fuck yeah! I always wanted to paint this guy! Oh man! I remember being in the store in Hamburg, I think, and I saw this guy. But, you know, because I didn't just start the hobby, but I was still quite young into it. And I wanted to buy him, but, you know, when you're like 15, 16 years old, I don't know how much he sold for back then. I don't think there's a stamp on here. But, made in UK. But, you know, it was too much money for me back then. And when I finally, you know, had the courage to paint him and the money to buy him, I went to Oldenburg to pick him up there, because it was much closer to my home city. And they told me, no, sorry, we don't have Bretonnians in stock anymore. You can only buy them online. And, you know, as I was too young to have a credit card, I was also too young to have online banking. So, yeah, tough luck. And then they got discontinued altogether, so I really got screwed over there. Yes! It's the Green Knight, though! It's the Green Knight! Look at that, with the recommendations on how to paint him as well. Mithril Silver, Dwarf Bronze, Graveyard Earth. No, I'm barely sure that these colors don't even exist anymore. And they even tell you how to mix them up. Hang on. How to mix them. 20% Skull White and 80% Dark Angel's Green, and you get the perfect green for his horse armor decoration thingy. Crazy. So cool. So cool. Alright, the Green Knight. Fuck yeah. I have to drink some tea with all that excitement. So cool. I'm pretty sure if that down there is what I think it is, I'm going to make contents about Bretonnia for years to come. If only I could do this as a full-time job. But no, I have to leave you guys waiting so long. Alright. Alright. See what I mean? Another trebuchet. And again, the boxes are in such a pristine condition. I can't stress this enough. I'm so happy. I don't even have to like put on like a joyful character for this or anything. I'm genuinely fucking stoked to see all this, and in such a good condition as well. My god. Oh, what's this? Oh my god. What's this? Oh, look at this! Oh, oh my god. Oh, this takes me back. Jesus. Then don't say the prices. I would really have loved to see the prices on what these miniatures went for back in the day, because I have no idea. Hang on, let me make sure that everything is... Sorry. I mean, look. Oh, I bought so many of these regiments for my high elves. So cool. And I love these orcs. Like the old school orcs. Oh goddamn. And they even have the old school. From when is this booklet? Look at these. These are the old school Chaos Knights. God damn. Warriors of Chaos, I mean. Wow. Holy shit. From when is this booklet? 2003. Yeah. God damn. And no, I saw that. Ooh, okay. So I guess I don't need to do as much freehanding as I thought I would do, which, I mean, makes my job a lot easier. I will still do, of course, a lot of freehanding with these banners and stuff, but I guess back in the day when I first, heard about Bretonia and saw their models, I didn't know that decals were a thing. So I was like, there's no way I can paint all of these banners, which is why I hesitated. Maybe if I had known about decals, I would have gotten some Bretonians for myself. But, I mean, good to have them here. Wow, so cool. So cool. And they even sell different, numbers you can call for support and purchase of these miniatures. So nice. So this is the trebuchet. I said I won't open everything up, but I mean, Woohoo! Alright, look at this thick piece of tin. God damn! So cool. I'm like, this is like Christmas. This is like Christmas for me. I'm so lucky. So, I think one more thing for clarification, because like this army would be worth like a fortune to buy them. The deal that I struck with the Herald was that I'm going to paint his miniatures as he wishes. So we're going to have a long Discord call or like video call about which color schemes and which themes he would like for his miniatures. After which, when they are fully painted, when I've made all the content that I wanted with it, then I'm going to give them back and basically paint them for free, because I'm just so happy to paint Bretonians, and this is like the best way for me to paint them, because I get to paint them and I don't have to spend money and I get content for us all. I think that's just a great deal for all parties involved. And I mean, he is paying me with his trust, I guess. Which, if you guys have miniatures that, are just collecting dust and you think would look great in a miniature video of mine, hit me up via email or on Instagram. And, maybe if we can arrange it, I'll definitely have a look. If I can help you out a little bit. Because this is what I always wanted. Alright, look at this, a Grail relic. Wow. So, I've never read the Bretonnian Codex, because, you know, I never collected them. The only thing about the Grail relic that I know is from, you know, Total War Warhammer. And there the Grail relic is literally useless. And I mean, let's all be honest, it is useless. It's a corpse of a man clad in armor with, like, the bootleg corpse of a horse, at least his, you know, the horse's head. Trotted around with, like, 3 to 4 guys. So, oh my god, they give the instruction on the back on how to assemble it? Oh, I didn't notice that. But yeah, I don't make myself, like, many delusions on how this will work on the table. But I am definitely eager to paint this. Another iconic model of the range from Games Workshop there. And I was right. There's an entire Bretonnian, at least an entire Bretonnian regiment in this box. So, loads of knights, loads of guys. Ah, oh, excellent. Oh. And look at this, by the way. This is one of the reasons that I liked Warhammer, that I like got so much into it, and that I, you know, appreciated Games Workshop back in the day, because all of their miniatures had like these cool illustrated artworks that you know, showed off the models, and then the models themselves were on the background. Oh, it's the same photo that they used on the box. All right, fair enough. Again, I appreciate this so much more. If we could bring this back, like, I would be so happy, because I think it just looks so cool, especially for a fantasy game, like for a fantasy miniature game, to have all your miniatures like shown in these, you know, artworks on the front of your, you know, boxes is so amazing. Heinrich and I talked about it with the Battle for the Blood Island box, and I'll talk about it for as long as I live. It's just so cool. So 3 more Pegasus Knights, which makes at least 6 now in total in this box set. And of course an entire regiment of Bretonnian bowmen. Again, you know, fully illustrated artwork. Let me go close up for that. Fully illustrated artwork. It just looks so good. And again, all the instructions just simply put on the back for people to follow, or on the sides. I mean, let's be honest, this should suffice. Or at least I think it will, and then I'll guess we'll find out. So cool, especially with the stakes. God damn. Bretonnia is so simple and yet so effective in the design, I love it. More knights! More knights, you guys, and look! Look at this amazing cover art. God damn! So good. So swagger. God damn! I can't... Maybe it looks like I'm over-exaggerating, but I'm so happy about all of this. It looks so good. Ah! Wow. So how many knights are in here? 8. 8 more knights. Which means we're dealing with at least 24 knights as of now. Again, cool. With everything. I think the Herald has a very detailed description on what he wants me to do with his miniatures. And I think I'm going to find out which color schemes I'll be applying. I think these... Oh, yes! Okay. So more Bretonnian archers. Yeah, okay. So old school archers. Nothing that we haven't seen before. Nothing to get anxious about. Quite nicely painted. I think he... I'm not sure if he told me that he didn't paint them himself, like at all, or that he only painted them a little bit. Either way, I think they're quite nicely done. I like the little details, and I think the sculpts as simple as they are. Hey, don't quit on me. As simple as they are, great, I love them. Alright, so a bunch of Bretonnian archers. So if we're going to paint these, and I think we will, then this will most likely be, you know, some sort of like miniature makeover thing. Are we already on the last box? No, not quite. There's this. Nothing, nothing descriptive about it. Nothing, no note, nothing. Just a plain white box. Oh, okay. This is just a lens for painting. I don't wanna spend too much time showing this thing. I think we all know what it does. I already have one of those, and I have one built into my lamp as well. But I never use them to, like, ever. Currently my eyesight is still good enough that I don't need any of those fancy thingamabobs. Alright, cool. Let me get a lot of tea. Whew! And the big box, the big boss himself. Oh my god, I already saw what's in there. So we're dealing with it with at least 9 Pegasus Knights. 9! Alright. Oh my god, the voices are cracking up. Look at this! Oh my god. It's like an artwork that everybody has seen before because it was on the Bretonnian Codex for at least 2 editions. But still so good. Here we can see the classic, you know, more Bretonnian Knights, and of course the Bretonnian color scheme for the old world already, or at least how they did it back in the day. Quite nice with the weathering. You don't see heavy metal use a lot of weathering on their miniatures. They're usually quite pristine and clearly painted, freshly painted. Nothing much to say about here. Alright. And translated in every language as well. So sweet. So we've got 8 more Knights of Bretonnia, 16 Bretonnian men-at-arms, so regular infantry. I think the Bretonnian infantry looks just baller with those big shields. I'm a huge fan of them. I have no idea how they play on the field. I know how they play in Total War Warhammer. Not that well. But I think they look great, especially with the classic color scheme of Louis de Breton. What's the king again? I don't know. Louis de Breton? I don't know. And 16 Bretonnian bowmen, so great, nice infantry range, and 3 Bretonnian Pegasus Knights. So good. A fine addition to our collection. Huge. And more stuff, so I guess this is the rest that's in here that is packaged in the already opened, you know, smaller things. So we've got the Bretonnian Fey Enchantress, 5 more Grail Knights, got them, so cool, and 1 more box of regular Knights. Such good condition. Wow. Okay. Yes. Yes. Guys, so much Bretonnia, so much to show. A lot of tin models. A lot of it is very old. The only plastic that I've seen today is mostly resin. And I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier about it. I'm so hyped to start painting them. But to hit you with a little bit of cold water, I still have to do a lot of work for university. The semester is coming to an end, and I'm not sure how the plan is going to be next semester. I think the 5th should be a little bit more easy in terms of time consumption. But I also have to, you know, prepare for my diploma in 2 years, which sounds like a lot. But in terms of an art degree, it really is not that much time, especially not for what I'm planning. So let me get these back in the box. I'm not quite sure how they fit in here. I think like this somewhat. I'll figure all of that out again. I'll keep them out of the sun's, you know, way as best as possible, because I want them to stay in this amazing condition that they're in. Like, the colors are still so saturated as if they've never seen the light of day. They're just fresh from the shelf of the warehouse. That's all. I think we're not going to do a like full unboxing. I think I'll leave that up for a later date. Yes, here are the Bretonnian infantrymen. Unfortunately, we haven't seen the most valuable miniature of all, which is of course Louis de Botton. Oh, how his name is? I don't think it's Louis de Botton. Fuck. Oh, I sound like such an idiot. Anyways, and of course we haven't, unfortunately don't have any yeomen at arms. Which is unfortunate because, I mean, the unit is useless, don't get me wrong, and it doesn't look that cool. But for some reason, I think 3 yeomen at arms will set you back 50 euros on Games Workshop's official page, which is outrageous, an outrageous amount of money for so little miniatures, especially miniatures of such low value on the table. Like, I think you need oh, Leoncoeur. Louis and Leoncoeur, right. Okay, finally got it. Louis and Leoncoeur, fucking Louis de Botton. Louis and Leoncoeur, right, okay, we got it. So we don't have Louis and Leoncoeur, unfortunately, but I think it's okay. We still got, maybe we do have him, and he is like the, like my friend wants him to be painted as Bohemond de Baston. We'll see. I think Bohemond de Baston is the current ruler in the old world, as far as timelines are concerned. I'm not quite sure about that. I have to read a little bit more into that, which I haven't at all right now. But yeah, we've got pretty much the entire range covered. I'm pretty sure I saw the Lady of the Lake somewhere here, at least in notes. I think I have to check back on that. And apart from that, we've got loads of Pegasus Knights. We might have Louis and Leoncoeur. We have the Green Knight, of course, which is who is the most important of all. I'm very much looking forward to painting this guy. And loads of knights, so loads of fun to be had there. Loads of infantrymen. We've got the Grail Relique. The box is very heavy, so I'm pretty sure we're dealing with a tin model there as well. And at least one trebuchet, though I'm very certain that we've got 2 trebuchets, just because, you know, the big box had one and we've got one additional here. So we've got everything. We've got around like 30 to 40 knights. We've got at least 40 bowmen, 20 infantrymen, close to 10 Pegasus Knights, loads of character models, so we'll be able to have a look at the entire Bretonnian range as it was intended by God in 2003, and I just couldn't be happy about it. It really feels like I'm given the opportunity that I didn't have, like, or that I wasted in some capacity all those years back, and now with all my years of painting experience, I finally get to paint the army that I got fascinated by in 2014. So cool. I'm so happy about it, as you can see and hear. I'm so looking forward to painting all these guys, and I really hope to have you along on the ride with me. So, the next video on this channel is not going to be a Bretonnian video. Maybe we'll do another Bretonnian painting stream further down the line. I mean, I've got, you know, a little bit of few Bretonians of my own right here. And, but the next video that I'm going to show you will be a video, another Stormcast Eterna. This time just one with a different color scheme to get that series going. Then we're going to step away from Games Workshop for a little bit and paint an Etsy model, which I found very cool. Just a little bit of a different painting exercise. And then I'll have a few special videos for you. And I have to cramp in some, you know, one chariot painting guide as well. Because on this channel, believe it or not, I actually want to paint stuff that you want to see. And on the Tomb King video, I got the comment basically going, chariot tutorial when? And I was like, oh right, I totally forgot about the chariot. But now that this guy told me and asked me about it, I'll try my best to, you know, get that tutorial up and running. And not like Radika the Beast, who I painted 1 year after I got asked about it. But, you know, as always, it's difficult to plan with so much stuff going on. And I'll try to keep you guys up to date as best as I can. As for now, I think the shorts are still being put out every 3 days till like September 5th, I think. And around that time, Space Marine is coming out, Space Marine 2. I'll be, you know, I'll try to make a little bit of content around that. Not strictly gaming content. You guys will see, and if you don't like it, I'll stop. Right. So many cool Bretonian stuff. I'm actually overwhelmed by how much cool shit here is. I think I'm absolutely in love with the Grail Relic and the Green Knight. Because, you know, having access to two of the most iconic models of the entire range is just absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Fuck. Alright. Sorry, I got lost with the music there. Yeah, so many more cool models. So many more cool video ideas. I'm working on like 6 different videos simultaneously right now, which is why the content flow is kind of stopping right now. And the end of the semester is approaching fast. But I will try to keep you guys up to date as best as I can, and of course, as always, entertained as best as I can. As for now, I think I overworked my voice a little bit. I'm already noticing how it's getting quite raspy. So I think I'll brew myself another cup of tea and get back to this as quickly as I can. Thank you guys for stopping by. We had pretty good turnout all around. I'm very happy with it. I hope you guys enjoy what you're seeing right here, and I'll see you guys hopefully in like 2 weeks or so, because that's pretty much how long I'll still need to get the videos going. Alright, as always, the outro is way too long for everybody involved. I hope you guys are having a great time. I hope you guys have lots of time to paint all the miniatures that you want, and I'll see you when I see you. And until then, take good care and have fun painting.